Hello everyone, and welcome to some more horrific news. Alright, as discussed before, I want to talk about the new Steam Machine, so let's have a look at this article. Steam Machine will be priced like a PC, not like a console. Valve spokesperson says Steam Machine will be very competitively priced with a PC. Valve's newly announced Steam Machine will be priced like a PC rather than like a console. That's according to a Valve spokesperson who spoke to Linus Tech Tips during a reveal event. According to Linus Sebastian, this likely means the Steam firm won't take a hit on production costs in order to reduce consumer prices, like companies like PlayStation and Xbox have done in the past. Currently, PS5 retails for $500 to $550, with PS5 Pro retailing at $750, Xbox Series X starting from $600. Both platform holders have raised prices this year. Valve wasn't able to give any specific numbers due to rapidly evolving market conditions, but they will obviously have it nailed down when the Steam Machine launches in Q1 2002, alongside the new Steam controller, Sebastian said. They did offer one hint though. They said that while they expect it to be very competitively priced with a PC, it will be priced like a PC, rather than like a console, with games subsiding the upfront hardware purchase. They wouldn't say why, but if I had to guess, I'd say it's particularly to avoid stepping on margin opportunities of their potential partners for Steam games and Steam software, but also because they recognise that the Steam Machine is a full-fledged PC. So there's no guarantee then that, say, a corporate purchase of 10,000 of these things would result in a single game sale, so they really need to protect the sustainability of their hardware business. Announced on Wednesday alongside the new VR headset, a controller, Steam Machine is a 6-inch console-like cube with over 6 times the horsepower of Steam Deck, which is designed to allow PC games to be played on the TV. Valve says Steam Machine will offer 4K gaming at 60 frames per second with FSR, thanks to the discrete semi-custom AMD desktop class CPU and GPU, and be powerful enough to stream games to other devices, including the Steam Deck. Valve says it will release pricing for Steam Deck ahead of its release next year, according to Ampere analysis. Much of this device's success will depend on its price point. Ampere expects the new version of the Steam Machine to see success akin to the Steam Deck selling in the low millions over a few years, said Ampere's Katie Holt. It will appeal to both established Steam gamers wanting an alternative access point to the platforms, perhaps through gaming on the TV, and also those consumers on the fence about spending a lot on a gaming PC. Among these consumers, uptake will be heavily dependent on pricing. The specification of the Steam Machine is relatively low powered compared to high-end gaming PCs, so ideally it should be priced within line with these expectations. And that is it. Alright, if you have heard me talking on stream, I've mentioned that I want to get a second PC purely for games and not use my main one, which is actually in a pile of rubble because it blew up on me last week, but that's a separate conversation. But basically, I want to keep my main PC for podcast work, video editing, etc. And then have a separate machine for gaming, because if you watched the Real Gods of Hystera demo that I downloaded and started to play, it completely screwed things up. I don't know what the hell happened there, but that caused me untoward amount of problems. And I would not like that to happen again. This coming to the fore seems like a good idea. So Steam Deck at the moment over here in the UK is about 350 quid. So my question is it going to be more than the Steam Deck or less? A relatively decent gaming PC is about 600 quid. So you're looking at that, a high-end one's about 1200, but reasonably priced, get you through what you need to do. It's about 600 quid, so it needs to be less than that. What's PS5 going for at the moment? About 500 quid. So I reckon it's probably going to be about the same price as the Steam Deck. I was looking into a Steam Deck at one point, but for a handheld, I just thought the price was a bit excessive. This might be the answer. I was going to wait till it comes out, etc. I've got other priorities right now. It's not until next year anyway, but I am interested. This could be the thing, because I'm sick and tired of... There's a whole lot of stuff went on last year with the PlayStation Plus, and actually as mentioned there, talking Helldivers, Helldivers 2, there was a whole thing with that, and a couple of other games then they started purging and banning, and a couple of horror games got banned for their content, and it just got stupid. And I have a funny feeling Valve has been looking at this. You know, they don't want to be beholden the other platform providers. It was actually the payment provider. Sorry, I'm getting confused. Yeah, it was a payment provider started a load of crap. So I think they're trying to become more of a self-contained unit and not rely on other hardware or software. We'll see anyway. If it's a decent machine and it means I can keep it separate from my main computer, so if something goes wrong with it, it only happens to that machine. I'm happy with that. If it gives me decent processing powers and I can stream games, because I noticed one thing with my setup, some of the games I streamed were very choppy, and I think it's just my processing power. You know, unless you're paying 12 to 1300 quid and going all in and then upgrading every 6 months, which I'm not a hardcore gamer, as you all know, but I do like to dabble sometimes, and if I do, I may as well do a stream of it, you know, and not be productive, not waste my time, and obviously keep the channel going, because you know you have to spend quite a few hours on a game to get anywhere with them. But there you go. Let me know what you think, and until next time, keep up to date with the channel, do the type of clicky things, and remember to keep it creepy, keep it horrific.